I'm not worried, but we found out that we had a story that can actually move people and try and change people's lives in a way. If we have experienced the city and the county. We can relate to the city kids with welfare and not having nothing in your pocket.
Mm-hmm.
And then we can relate to the county kids, but we also want to get to the county kids because they're getting worse because they want to imitate the city kids.
Well, I think that and a lot of the lower the lower middle class, I want to call them, because I don't want to say anything, they're pushing them out into the counties because what they're trying to do is they're trying to make Baltimore so much more better, whatever. I'm using gentrification.
Yeah.
Because I moved here in 2003 with my two children, and I've been here ever since. I moved here, and I'm raising my kids. I'm raising my kids in one of the worst neighborhoods, and that was Poplar Grove, over on the west side. Luckily, my kids didn't fall into all that. Luckily, my kids weren't really bad. My daughter liked to fight, but that whole, they're pushing everybody out into the county. And like you said, also, the county kids are trying to emulate what they see.
It's the media.
It's
a feeling of inferiority.
Yeah, I think everybody has their own story, and I think everybody should push their own story.
Right.
Try to like everybody else, but a lot of people, look at it, a lot of people have fathers, so they're going to look up to whoever wants to.
Stay educated. Not only educated, but self-educated.
Right.
And I tell people, I always say, I made $10K the legit way. Because while in school, I made an extra $10,000.
Mm-hmm.
And then after this time, who knows, I can make an extra 20.
Right.
So if we can tell people, whether from the city or the county, that you can, it's all about your mindset.
Mm-hmm.
And if you stay educated, you can make more money than a lot of these people are hustling. Everybody hustling.
Right.
And it's not just the city or county, just anywhere in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody, believe it or not, everybody's more similar than different. So,
Right. I actually was having this conversation on my way in about basically the same thing, about how it's not just here in the city, it's everywhere.
Yeah.
And I was in New Orleans at the end of February. I was in a place be as big as they are, because Miss Peaches, she pushed their music, like she supports the local artists. Like she had, when we were there, she was having a listening party for one of the artists, and I know you've seen them, but Dancing Dan and Nick Paddywhack, they do the "Oh No Baby," and they be dancing around on Instagram and everything. Listening to these artists, they were doing an interview, just like this. It was like a podcast or whatever, and there was artists that were going up there, and I'm listening to them talk, and they're talking about the same thing that we all talk about. The support for the local hip hop scene, where not everybody. When people keep saying, "Oh no, it's just here in Baltimore," I'm like, "Have you been anywhere else?" Well, there's radio stations play the local artists on the stations, but you don't know what they had to do to get to that point.
Yeah.
So people don't realize that everything that you deal with in the music scene and in life.
God dang.
The kids, my daughter went to high school there for 1 year, and she's like, "Ma, I need to come home." I was like, "Why?" She said, "These kids are doing heroin. These high school kids are doing heroin."
We went to art school, and them kids are doing we went to I don't want to throw dirt on, it's a great high school.
Yeah.
Carver and the Thousand, but
you go to a school like Dunbar, you go to a school like Douglas, or you go to one of these inner city high schools, you think you're going to see a lot more negativity, but then you go to another school that you think is like this, that, and the third, and you go, these kids are messed up in the head, So, that's why I like the fact that you guys are not on the same tip as like what's being played on the radio right now. Because if your music was like that, wrote a song. So you sing.
I tried to.
You sing.
You know, I remember.
So are you Drake singing or are you?
J. Cole, Drake.
Okay,
Yeah.
I can see the J. Cole.
Yeah.
I can see the J. Cole. Yeah, I can see the J. Cole. So you kind of that rappers, because you really can't classify those rappers as singers because they're not really singing, but they are. So you kind of classify them as melodic rappers. So would you say you're kind of a melodic rapper, or you?
Fearless. Feel what we saying, because some things when you sing, you
Right.
get tingles, you know,
Right.
excitement.
Yeah.
So.
You guys had a very good stage presence. Like this is what I like from any kind of groups, whether it's two people or more, is if it's his verse, he's up to the front and you're kind of off to the back. Mm-hmm. And then sometimes you'll pop up in there, give it a little dramatic thing. And then if it's his verse, he'll be up there, and then you do the same thing. It's not like either one of you are trying to outshine each other.
No, not at all. Yeah.
You know what I mean? I know you all are brothers, and sometimes I could, has that ever been, because I know there's a group called Dirt Platoon, and it's two brothers from Benjamin, just like that 90s hip hop feel. Mm-hmm. And these two, you would think that they are actually getting ready to fight on stage because they just get so intense with their music. Yeah. Have you all ever experienced that? Like, that brotherly sibling rivalry, be like, no!
No, if I don't like something, be like, yo, get it again, don't sound right, sound stupid. Yeah. I mean, I'll never be like, yo, you gonna mess the song up. That's not how we are at all. I mean, he'll be like, yo, I don't like how that sound, try it this way. If you don't like it, alright, maybe do it your way.
Things didn't start out like that. That was our first performance too.
Really?
Yeah.
Yo, I'm gonna tell you
we
what.
We performed at like little, what they call talent shows.
Yeah.
Whatever, but
is the cause I've been around in the music scene. My first show was in January 2008. So I've been around so many shows and so many people that I've been able to pick out when it's people's first time performing. You guys held the mics just right. I mean, I've seen people.
Yeah.
What are you doing? And or you can see that kind of stage fright feeling.
Yeah.
So for that to be your first, you like you said, talent shows at Morgan, that's still kind of scary getting them in front of people. Yeah. You all still get butterflies?
I got booed off the stage one time.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
They had no cut cards for you.
Yeah, but they all honest crowd, and it just made me come back even stronger. I started reading books and stuff like that.
Right. So, since your
uncle lived with us when we was in middle school, he made music. So he be rapping, he be making beats, and we be like, dang, we be supporting our uncle. Mm-hmm. And then one day, I wanted to make him proud, write a song and show it to him. He was like, I like it. I mean, it was corny, but he was supporting us. And then,
well, you were little, so your first. If you go back and listen to anybody in the industry, or and even in the underground, you go back and listen to some of their music that they first did, and you'd be like,
yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Listen to some of their ciphers and freestyles. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. But as I got older, I was like, I feel like we have a very different story than anybody in the world. So we're gonna bring out a story. I think that we can bring out, and our music is very different. Mm-hmm. It's not just one thing. It might be a story. It might be talking about a girl. It might be a love song. Like it can change.
See, and that's what I used to tell people all the time. I want to. I have a friend of mine that sent me a beat. I tell this story all the time. He sent me this beat. It only had it had his verse, and then it had the hook, and then it was space for the second verse, and then the hook again. I listen to that beat every day.
Can you write down?
I wanted to. I wanted to, but I don't. I just don't know. Like I can write. I'm a writer. And I write stuff, and sometimes I rhyme, sometimes I don't. It's just I write what I feel. But this beat, it was like the first time it made me write. My daughter, she'll write. She can write. She'll never perform it.
Oh gosh.
So I told her just to be a ghostwriter. She'll be fine. But
that used to get me too. I can't write. I can record. Like I get an idea record it, and then I'll write it down after I record it. But to sit down and write and think about it, you think too much. It'll mess you up.
Yeah.
Most of the time, best thoughts come in. I'll be driving. I always play instrumentals
In the shower.
Ooh, if I say that, that's catchy. People will relate to it. And I'll just go on there.
Yeah, that's how I was writing. I was writing a book at one time, and different chapters, like different things going on. I just got to be able to weave it together. So it's kind of like the same thing as you're saying. It's like you come up with an idea, like something comes to mind. The shower is the best place. I'll be in the shower and I'll be washing my hair, and all of a sudden something just profound just comes to my brain, and I'm like, then I get out the shower and I can't remember it. I'm like, everybody was like, you need to record. You need to have a recorder with you. And all. Can't have a recorder in the shower. It kind of defeats the purpose. But I like the fact that you talk about stories, because in this day and age, it's like the songs that I have heard, because I don't listen to the radio, they just rhyming words. You know, there's no real.
Yeah.
I don't hear any real substance. Talking about just different artists or whatever, and they were talking about Kodak Black. Don't know this young man. I know he look crazy, but they said but Vlad said that besides the music that you hear on the radio, like there's music on his album that is actually pretty good.
Pelican.
You know what I mean?
Like Pelican.
You know, so I kind of contribute that to the radio. I mean the labels. Those people. So I mean, you guys are 21. You were just playing around with the music at first?
Yeah, I mean, even when we came to college, I was just like, man, I want people to hear our story. I want them to hear what I have to say, but also like have bump into it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I wanted to make music, so we saved up our bread, bought a MacBook our freshman year at Morgan, about 2-3 years ago, and we was recording on the MacBook in a closet. That got some attention. I mean, most we got was like maybe 1,000, 1,500 on a song, just some views and stuff. But we just started realizing over time, like, if we're gonna do this music thing, let's try it seriously. I don't want to be that old grandpa. Like I wish I could have tried.
I wish
it.
I did.
I wonder what could have happened. I'd rather do it and see where it goes. I won't have no regrets growing up.
Right.
And see if we can move the people. See if we can change some of their mindsets. You know, make a change.
Yeah.
In the world.
Oh, you got I mean, like I said, some people don't like. I love when I'm hearing this stuff, because, like I said, I had MBK here, and they were, I guess it's refreshing to me to hear youth. I mean, my daughter will be 22 in June. My son is 19. So to hear other youth, as I know y'all are young men now. To me, I could be your mother, so you're young to me. But to hear you all with these views and these thoughts is so refreshing to me, when I've been around other young adults around your age, even a little bit older, that have those blinders on and that mindset that this is all I got and this is all I can do. Yeah. And like I said, you guys, you say you've lived in Baltimore and you lived in the county. Mm-hmm. So, for you guys to not be a statistic, because you could have been a statistic, and you're not, is something that I love to see. And for you guys to make good music like you do, have a good stage presence, and you have somebody like Hood that, I'm telling you, he's not going to steer you wrong for nothing.
Because the time we came in the studio with nothing. Yeah.
Oh.
He said, when you come in, I'm usually excited. What is this?
Yeah, sounds just like him. Yeah. Sounds just like it with his little short self. Yeah. Oh, but I met Hood a few years ago at an open mic. I was there taking pictures, of course, and he came over and started talking to me, whatever. And we know the same people. I just didn't know who he was. And we built this friendship, and then unknown. So we're family now. So I mean, Hood has called me on the phone and been like, "What you doing?" Nothing. All right, I'm gonna be there in 5 minutes. Who said I wanted you to come to my house? Who said you could come over? Huh? And then I moved. He was like, "Where you live at?" I said, I just live up on York Road. Oh, so you still around the area? Yeah. All right. Give me the address. I'm gonna be there. And I know him done the same thing, but they're family, and there's something about Hood that he will not allow you to get in that booth and record something, and you be like, "Oh yeah, that's good." And he look at you like, "It is."
Yeah, he honest. He real honest, and he helped us make things even better. Make things even more smoother. He puts in his 2 cents. So,
and he was the first to actually give us a try.
Mhm.
He was going to all types of producers, and everybody was, trying to support what it was already blowing up.
Right.
Man, so
Right.
it was like, who's gonna give us a shot? So we finally got a shot, and we've been in the studio ever since October.
So have you been to other events in the city? Have you got a chance to like see other? I don't like to call them local artists, but the local underground. Have you got a chance to meet?
I want to start getting more connected.
Yeah, we started.
Sweetheart, you have no idea how connected you are this minute with me. With me, yeah. There are so many artists in this city that I think that would be you would be surprised at the talent that is in this city, and that would be impressed with you as well. So trust me, I'm gonna get you the information as far as there's different promoters that do shows. There's different events that happen. There's different open mics that happen around the city.
Yeah.
There's an open mic that happens the first Thursday, which is with Knoxville Entertainment. The Love and Hip Hop that big guy was talking about. I don't remember, big, tall, skinny guy at the end of the show. Yeah. He has a show called Love and Hip Hop. It's open mic that he has every week. And it's at the Auto Bar now. It used to be at St. Mary's right here on 25th, but he got a chance to do it at the Auto Bar, which is a big step. Like, people don't realize how much of a big step that is. The Auto Bar has hosted so many like artists. Like, it's a rock place, but it's hip hop place, but it's just everything. Yeah. So, but yeah, we need to get you to some of these open mics.
We had an open mic last Thursday. I like the feeling. There was some upcoming artists as well. I'm gonna try hit as many, like I said, we literally just started taking music serious not too long ago, maybe like a week or 2, 3 weeks ago. Maybe. So we want to get our name out there. There's no point of just standing still again. Get our name out there as much as we can, because that's just what we love. I mean, we be stressing. I get stressful, whether it's in school and in life. I just go home listening to instrumentals, and then I'll be fine. Yeah, instrumentals will make me happy. And just brainstorming.
And make people feel us, like bad dreams.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's why I said, you wake up every day, you feel like you're going through the same thing. You ever had it? I know everybody has the feeling you wake up and you just like, same, like, I'm stuck.
Kind of like the groundhog effect.
Yeah,
like didn't I just go through this?
Yeah.
Wake up again, and but yeah, what I'm gonna actually do, because I just pulled this up, I'm actually gonna play that song right now. Yeah. And we'll be right back. I mean, we're gonna still be on live. Yeah. We're gonna still be right there. We're gonna still be over there. I hate being on live. I hate being on camera. Isn't that something? I'm behind the camera all the time.
I didn't even notice that the whole time.
Mm-hmm. I hate being on camera.
Well, you're beautiful presence.
Right. I just don't like being on camera.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm gonna play this song, and we'll be right back and talk some more. Cause apparently Nick's not coming through.
Okay.
So it'll be alright. Yeah. I'm so used to being on the mic and have to turn shit down, turn shit off, and
oh yeah.
Yeah.
But this song is just basically like people stuck in some place and they want to do something further and they still feel stuck. You gotta fight your own battle together.
I don't even know where it's coming from. I really don't. Like we were in the which is in which is actually 3D's office now, because this used to be 3D's office, and we were in the other one, and it was a tiny little space, and I had TAGMG in there, and it was like 7 or 8 of them.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, we had fun though, even though Jace unplugged the whole system twice because he kicked the cord. Yeah. I'm like, I really am shocked that that was your first like performance.
I think that was the first time, you know, like me and him actually had something so solid, also
That's the
confident.
first time we performed together.
And that was the first time we ever performed together.
See, and that's what Hondo was saying about him and Cam.
Yeah.
It was the same thing that, you know, and I was just like, and I'm so much older than a lot of people in this scene, so everybody kind of looks at me. They end up looking at me like I'm their mother, because I praise people when they do things, you know, like your mother does, you know, when you just, oh yeah, you know, I get excited. So, you know, when I see stuff, and I just can't do nothing but smile, like, because I'm proud of the artist that's performing. So like I said, when I was like, I knew Hood wasn't gonna put anybody on this, because he'd be like, if you get anybody, send them to me and I'll listen to their music first. I'm like,
Yeah, and you know, any other connects? You said it was events, open mics, promotions, all that.
Yeah,
We wanna
I'm
start
trying to
doing
go
all
like
that.
to everything.
yeah, because there's so many things going on this day. I'm so out of tune with everything right now because I had surgery on my shoulder in October, so I haven't been able to do too much. And then all this that's going on right now has been going on for a couple months, since February.
Thank God. Recovery going well?
Well, my shoulder, yeah, pretty much. I gotta go to court in June if they don't settle.
I gotta record to you. Hopefully I can skip it. We'll see.
Yeah, so, you know, so all this is the weather and my asthma. And I just can't shake it. So I'm gonna have to end up going to ER again, I guess.
As long as everything goes well next week.
Yeah, I'm afraid of hospital.
I hate hospitals.
I can't stand it.
I don't even like the smell.
Well, they a couple years ago I had pneumonia, and they had me in there like the second day. I was like, "What's going on?" The nurse was like, "Didn't they tell you?" No, that's why I'm asking you. She said, "Oh, you got pneumonia. It's not the one that's gonna kill you, though."
They didn't let you know?
They didn't let me know definitely what it was, because there's 2 different types of pneumonia. There's the regular pneumonia, and then there's one that's more severe that can actually kill you. And I had to do all these tests. And I said, okay, well, can you give me some medication? And can I go home? They kept me for 4 days. So then right after that, I had pneumonia again. Like, I had back-to-back pneumonia. I went in the ER. They tried to keep me. I said, this is what you're going to do. You're going to give me some antibiotics right now. And then you're going to give me a prescription for antibiotics. And then you're going to let me go home. And that's what they did.
That's what they try to do to get that money.
They wasn't getting me for nothing.
That's what they try to do.
Well, I like that beat. Yeah, so we're back. I know y'all heard us talking and everything, because this is like not our normal. Oh, he's still talking. There you go. Oh, I like that. See, so you were talking about stories and everything. So that means that you come up with like concepts.
Right. Every song has a meaning.
Right.
Every song we hope moves somebody a certain way. Even if it's a silly song, it might move that one silly person.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, the music we make is so jumpy, man. It'll sound like Drake. It'll sound like some underground
Pop, Justin Bieber, all over the place.
Well, see, and that's like I was getting ready to say earlier, but I always get sidetracked. When I talk to people about their projects, when you're putting a project together, when you're putting a CD, album, whatever you want to call it, when you're putting a project together, you have my way of thinking is this: you have to think about the buyers, the consumers, because you can put a project out, and if you should be able to put a project out, and dude should be able to buy the project and put it in the CD player or hook his phone up to the aux cord in his car, and his girl could get in the car, and she should be able to feel at least one or two songs on that whole thing. Right. It shouldn't be just strictly, you know, rah 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 rah. You know, right. You know, you have to have a mixture of stuff, and that's why there's a lot of artists that I support in the city that they do exactly that, and that's one reason among many others why I support them, because they know how to do that business. Yeah. You know, if you know for yourself, if you have just a whole CD of turn up, turn up, turn up, turn up, turn up. I'm sorry, I'm old. I can't turn up all that time. Yeah. I can't turn up that whole time. I get tired. So, yeah. Now there's people, there's the kids out there, they can do all that stuff. But you need to have that mixture, and I think that's exactly what you guys are talking about that you have is, you know, no song sounds the same. No song is the same. The, you know, how you know, the concept, the subject of it, this, that, and the third. So I think you already have a handle on that. You know what I mean? Like you don't know how blessed you guys are to come into the scene right now. Because back just a few years ago, it was hard to get onto shows. It was hard to get your music on you know, social media. Really wasn't any social media except for MySpace, you know, when I came in. So I've gotten to see, you got the Reverb Nation, you got SoundCloud, you can put stuff on YouTube. Because I remember there was time you shoot a video for something, songs are usually about 3-4 minutes. And it would take you all day to upload that damn video. Yeah. We come back and be like, it's still only on 12%. No. So you all coming in and being able to have the knowledge that you have that we just didn't have a couple years ago. Like, you get yourself, when y'all get to that point where you make a project, you can get distribution. You can put it on all the social, you know, all the sites or whatever, the Google Plays, the iTunes, the Spotify's, and all that. It's easier now for you all to get a fan base, just not right here. Because I'm sure that because there's a lot of people there's a lot of talented people at Morgan State. There's a lot of talented people that came from Morgan that are in this music scene as well. Strictly hip hop. When they had that on the radio station, 88 point, what is it? 88 point what? 9, I think.
9. Is that the Jamaican station though?
No. 9 is the radio station at Morgan, and it plays different things. But Strictly Hip Hop comes on at like 11 or 12 o'clock at night. I don't know if it's all the time or not. I think it's like Fridays, Saturdays. But that's one outlet that the local artists have. So, like I said, you all have it. You're all piecing it together. And I know you've seen them. You're standing there watching them perform and be like, you need to be in the crowd. Sorry. You know, and then you see all their yes men with them. Yo, you killed that. You what?
True. Right. And people will relate to it more. So if I show confidence with what I say, somebody will believe it.
Right. And talking about it because, you know, I can relate to it. You know, if I can relate to it, I can't relate to popping Molly's and Percocets and drinking. I can't, even though Kevin Gates is one of my favorites.
I love his interviews. What?
Like I'm at the front of the line saying free Gates, and I don't say free anybody. Well, my man down in North Carolina, I say free him all the time, free little man all the time because he's trying to railroad him. But Gates, it took me a long time to really like Gates because my kids liked him. I'm not one of those people that I jump on the bandwagon.
Yeah.
You know, like people talk about a TV series, and they be like, everybody talk about this, like Walking Dead. Kids were playing Kevin Gates all the time, so I was forced to hear it. So I was in the car, and what song was it that I don't even remember? I kept hearing Two Phones all the time because that was on the radio too, and my daughter always played the radio in the car. But I think it was.
Oh gosh. Yeah. One thing I can say about Kevin Gates, you know, I listen to his music from time to time, but I love his interviews. It's like reading a book, and he teaches me a lot about myself at the same time too.
Yeah, because he's been like. Now, if he had done that to a female, oh, he'd be locked up. So, you didn't know, or not even just one of your influences, but whose music like kind of put you in that place to.
First and foremost, it was Tupac. You know, growing up with my father was Tupac, Dipset, D-Block. You know, a lot of those is what we listen to. It's something that I can really feel. When I hear something, you know, I get tingles on my body. Like I really felt that. So that was our influence, just to give people real, but also have it being catchy.
Yeah.
That's literally all we listen to is Tupac, Dipset, D-Block, or the Locks, whatever you want to call it. But they all either had a story or they had a way to say something in a real
catchy way.
A little slick way too.
Yeah,
like it was
just way of saying
because
it.
I got to see Jadakiss in concert here last year. I didn't go see the Locks because I wasn't doing it. I just knew it was gonna be packed in there, and I don't like crowds. But Jada, I love Jada. I have the Locks. I have the Locks on my phone.
Oh God.
You know what I mean? So and Tupac is always one of my favorites, and it's not primarily because of his music, but it was also what people don't realize is that he had an agenda. He really did. People don't realize it, but you know, I've listened to his evolution. He was trying to send a message. He went to that whole thug life thing to try to bring the thugs all, like a Pied Piper, like follow me, listen to me, and then he was giving them knowledge at the same time to get them to stand up and be better than what they were. He had that in dealing with Suge Knight. But Dipset, also awesome. I've watched many interviews with Jim Jones, Kenron, all of them, Joel's, and to see how they were, what you see is what you got.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They didn't have, it wasn't pretend. Like a lot of the stuff now is kind of pretend.
Yeah.
Whereas back then, you couldn't. Always. My mother would be cleaning, music. It was always music going in my house. So I think that's where I found my love for the music, for music. And people don't understand, well, how do you do so much for the music scene? Because I believe in this music scene. I believe in the artists that are really trying to do what they do. Like I said, you guys are just coming in on you're standing at the doorstep. You're like, okay, we're gonna take this leap in a minute. But y'all got that knowledge coming together. And like I said, you got people like Hood in your corner. Yeah, he's not gonna steer you wrong. If anytime, like he'll tell you, if anytime somebody comes to you and says this, that, and the third, run it by him first. Because he's had people that have done the exact opposite of what he's told them to do. Then they come back to Hood and be like, yep, should have listened to you. Should have listened to you. So what's the next thing that you guys are planning on doing besides getting ready to hit these open mics that I'm going to try to hook you up with?
We're going to be in LA all summer promoting our music.
Ha!
Trying to go to every club, every
whatever,
get
our name out there. One thing about going at a place where you're not from, people look higher up at you.
Yes.
So it's we're going to push it as far as we can.
I have a friend who lives out in LA,
Really?
Comp. Yeah, he knows a lot about
Comp was signed with Def Jam. He was on the, what was it, the Def Jam game that they had, was it Vengeance? I don't know what it was. But Comp did a song with Ghostface and Jadakiss called Run.
What?
Comp, yeah,
Check that out.
yes. Comp was signed to Def Jam. He was young, but he lives out in LA. So there was a few, who else? Somebody else was out there. I know. I think they were just visiting. But he's like a local hip hop celebrity. He's one of the vets in the scene that when I first came in. When I first moved to Baltimore, I didn't know anything about an underground scene. I didn't know anything about the underground scene until 3 years after I lived here. And then when I had my eyes open up to it, I was like, wow, there's so many artists, there's so many people. I only knew who was on the radio, and at that time was Scar Akbar, Molly Man, Holy Shalom, Travis, which everybody calls him Boss Man. Comp was on the radio too, I think. But it was only like a handful of people that they were playing on the radio. Paula Campbell and Tim Trees. Those are the only ones that really were getting any kind of airplay. So when I came in the scene, I was like, wow, you guys need to be on the radio. Because there's that much time, you know what I mean? So how big this scene is, you feel like, oh my God. Wow. It's going to be remarkable.
I want to reach as many people as possible.
And do a lot of networking.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of networking.
Never nothing but love for everybody that performs. Nothing but love.
Yeah, and that's what I like about hood shows, because people stick around and see the other artists that are performing, and you never know. That singing dude, I don't even know. Never did catch his name, but you never know. You might, you want him on a track to sing the hook or something. You know what I mean?
Right.
Or you just never know who you're going to meet at these shows, and that's always been my agenda when I used to throw shows. My agenda for this radio show, is to get people to be more familiar with newer artists that they're not familiar with. Like I said, you guys, you hit that stage and it was like it was home. That's like I said, I was watching y'all and I was like, okay, all right. I was jumping around. Like I said, you see these pictures that I have on here and you'd be like, wow. Because I just flick. I don't even know how many pictures I took.
Saw the light flashing so many times.
Yeah, I blind people.
Oh gosh.
And I had I think I had the circle. I think I had the flash ring. Yeah, I had the flash ring. But well, actually, I don't even know. I stopped taking pictures with the flash ring after a while because the lighting in there was so good. But I'm really I was really impressed. So have you y'all decided about doing a project, or is that just a little bit further in the future?
That's what we're doing now. Story. They end up falling in the hole, and they got to deal with things in the hole. Then they got to get out.
See, I'm loving it. Yeah, I don't know how much I love. I love it because a lot of people don't put that much thought into a project.
Yeah.
They just record songs and they don't worry about the arrangement of them. They don't worry about if it's telling the story. Nothing. You know what I mean? So I love concepts. I love concept projects, everything. Another artist, he I listened to his project. I was like, yo, I love it because you don't flow the same in the songs. Mm-hmm. You talk about different things, but kind of the same. It's kind of the same thing because you're telling a story, and everything. He was like, that's the reason why it's called subject matter, because the subject matters.
Oh, okay.
You get it? I was like, oh my God! It just blew my mind. Remember that? What was it? That jet commercial where the heads blow off with the sail? I don't know, but it was like my head just completely blew because I was like, yo, somebody finally gets it. You gotta tell a story. I love storytellers.
Yeah.
My thing is I love to be able to listen to a song, close my eyes, and be able to visualize my own version of a video. Mm-hmm. And I say this every time I talk about it. But these songs that they play on the radio now, if I close my eyes and try, I will go into an epileptic seizure because it's just too much. It's just everywhere. So I don't like people like, oh yeah, that's what are they saying? What are they trying to tell you? What are they saying? Oh, it's not about that. Okay, it's not about that.
Hip hop kind of changed though.
Well, that's what I was getting ready to say. I was going to ask you. Me personally, this is my thought on the newer hip hop. It's a version of hip hop, but it's not hip hop. To me, you know how rock and roll has it's rock, but you have southern rock, you have grunge, you have heavy metal, you got death metal, you got different genres of rock. In hip hop, we technically don't have that, but I think we need that. We have hip hop, but we have what's being called as mumble rap now. Then you got what I call like the roots, that kind of neo soul kind of rap. You know, you got different genres of hip hop, but nobody is saying that. They want to classify everything as hip hop, and I'm like, okay, it's a version of hip hop, but it's not hip hop. Hip hop tells stories. TV. I looked and he's singing the song. Oh, I was like, no, but he does know Kevin Gates.
Oh,
I turned Kevin Gates on. I said, who's that? Kevin Gates. Okay, we're good.
I think it deals with a mindset. You know, people should be self-educated. The reason the murder rates are so bad now everywhere is because everybody is hearing this music but don't have the mindset to understand where they come from. Back in the day, it was look at where I come from, this is bad. Nowadays, look where I come from, I'm gonna stay bad, I'm proud of bad, he proud of bad, we proud of bad. You know, that's cool, if that's somehow somebody feeling, but, you know, the audience has to be self-educated and understand what's going on. You know, because now everybody, back in the day, it was about getting money. Now everybody just want to be a killer.
They want to be a killer, they want to stay high. Like I said, I actually looked up Kevin Gates' lyrics to his songs that I was listening to. And he tells so much of his life in these stories. One song, he was talking about how, he was saying something, he was like how his boy got shot in the head and like the guy was laying in his lap.
Perfect Imperfection.
Oh, that's my song. Oh, I just got chills. That is like, the hook of Perfect Imperfection is like, oh, I play that over and over. Pride is another song that I love. Pride is the one that was about, the video's got his wife and his daughter in it.
Oh, he's in jail.
Yeah. But he talks about his life so much in his music. Good, bad, indifferent, like whatever. He talks about his life and people feel that. And that's the kind of music I like. There's an artist here in Baltimore. His name is Baltimore Big Steve. Steve has been on my show like I don't know how many times. Oh, gosh. Because whether he was supposed to be here or not, he was here. And I did an interview with Man Murdoch, and Steve was here because he's part of Steve's label. But I went to Houston and New Orleans with Steve. I shot a video for Steve. I didn't know I was shooting video. I don't shoot videos. I said, well, who's shooting the video? Because I knew I was doing a photo shoot. I know I was going to do a photo shoot. I was taking pictures and stuff. I said, he was like, we're going to shoot a video for I Don't Give a Fuck. And I was like, oh, okay. I said, well, who's shooting the video? He was like, you are?
Oh, gosh.
What? But he is an artist that grinds hard. He's got a tour, promotional tour coming up, or he might be just going and touring. I'm not sure yet. But he does this all the time. We went to Houston and New Orleans. He's been to L.A., Puerto Rico. He stays in Houston. I mean, he'll be in New Orleans. We riding around New Orleans like he lived there. We driving around. He said, and right there, that used to be where so-and-so. I was like, how do you know this stuff? You're not from here. You're from Baltimore. Oh, gosh. But because Turk, well, BG is his favorite rapper. and BG's mother and him have gotten close. And Turk is going to be on the project that him and Fatboy Deezy from Houston are putting together called Baltimore to Louisiana, Louisiana to Baltimore. Turk's going to be on that. Like Steve grinds so much. Pennsylvania, he goes everywhere, and he puts it out there. Who wants to go to Atlanta on such and such weekend? Hit me up. Nobody hits him up. He said last year, he's like, who wants to go to New Orleans with me in February? I said, I do. I said, hopefully I have some money by then. He was like, we'll figure it out. He paid for my airfare. I paid for one hotel. He paid for the other hotel. Like I was down there working, but I was experiencing something other than here. And I got to see other, like I said, in New Orleans, I got to see other artists. So I got to see how similar Baltimore is to someplace else.
Especially Louisiana.
Oh, I loved it. I want to go back.
Oh gosh.
I want to go. Oh my God. I don't eat that much, even though as big as I am. I don't eat that much.
Oh gosh.
But he had me eat. He was like, we ate, and then like 3 hours later, he was like, we should go to Church's. We just ate Jack in the Box. He was like, that was like 3 hours ago. I was like, oh my God. Oh my God. And then like I said, we walked around New Orleans, like the music down there, like the jazz and everything. It was just, I mean, we have that here. Like we have a music culture here, but it's not
Connected as much.
It's not connected.
It's kind of.
It is.
Everywhere we go, a city will be proud of something.
Mhm.
But here it's just like, it's kind of broken. Everybody I know here is just proud of the murderer. You know what I'm saying? If you go, it's the truth.
Yep.
But you go somewhere else, oh yeah, down here in Florida, we got this, we got that. Oh, you in LA, go to Santa Monica Beach, Venice Beach.
Mhm.
You go here, people don't really say, oh yeah, it's the harbor. I don't know, people don't really point out the resources in Baltimore.
Right.
And I know especially after the riots, people started moving out. I mean, if you look at the people here, they're moving out. I mean, the population's going down, the money's going down, so people just gotta be more positive.
Yeah, and you know, and it's kind of hard when, like I said, yeah, we have the harbor, tourist trap. I can't afford nothing down there. I live here.
Yeah.
Like I live in Baltimore, and I don't go down the harbor. The closest I get to the harbor is when I go to Baltimore Soundstage for a show.
Oh yeah.
That's about it.
Oh gosh.
I don't go to the harbor. I don't like going down there. It's just, I took my kids down there years ago when it was like dollar days, and we went to the World Trade Center that's down there, and got to go up on the observation deck, and I took pictures, because it's so high up, and you can see a lot of the city.
Yeah.
And it's just crazy, like how big the city is, but how small it is at the same time.
Everybody connected.
Some way or another. I was talking about this with my sedan driver. Like, you could talk to somebody and be like, yeah, I was talking to my friend so-and-so in the city. But it's so huge that you don't know that, and that's why I talk about the music scene. I know you guys because of Hood and because of the show. But these people over here that I know have no clue who you are. And you have no clue who they are. And these people over here have no clue who I am, even though everybody's like, oh, at least everybody knows you. No, they don't. There's a lot of people in the city, in the music scene, that don't know who I am, because we don't run in the same circles. So I was running in the same circle, but I said, you know what, I need to branch out. So I started going to different events and meeting different people. And then when I started throwing my own show, I started going to everybody else's events and scouting talent that I didn't know who they were, so they could come to my event, and I know this person over here, and then they see them perform, and when they come up, say, oh man, that was awesome, we need to link up, we need networking. So all these whole time in this scene is, I tell people all the time, I direct traffic. Like I said, I know open mics, I know promoters that aren't shady. I know, because you're gonna come across them yourself. So I know that. So I direct traffic. Oh well, here's an open mic. Oh, here's a promoter that he's gonna have a show. Blah blah blah. Here you go. People come to me. Oh, Lisa, do you know somebody who does videos? Sure do. Because I've made those bridges. And you're gonna end up making them. You're slowly making them. Like I said, you just recently took this stuff.
Hop in the pool, like, all the
you're like, just give me information, please. So that's. And I love the fact that you guys want it. You want it.
We really want to just reach the people. We're in college, but we already put over $2,000 in time. Since October, that's when we started. We really want to get to the people and show them what we have, what we can give to them.
Right. So do you post music on social media?
The only thing we haven't posted on was Instagram.
So you do snippets?
Yeah, a little screenshot, link in the bio, but
we just have to be smart about it now. Yeah, we're thinking about it, more about proper promotion. Snippets and having other people promote. Because if you just put it on Instagram, we put it on what, for 2 days, and 200 views instead of putting it here.
Yeah.
As much as you can.
Yeah.
So that's what we're thinking about now, and learning how to do that.
Right. What was I gonna say? Because a lot of people, they use SoundCloud, but somebody said something about SoundCloud was getting ready to revamp their system. I know that SoundCloud is supposed to be making it so you can get paid royalties or something off of SoundCloud. I think I read that like last year. I don't know. I have to read that. I don't give any false information.
Yeah.
But there's there's so many different things that you can do to promote yourself as far as like music wise. It's cool to get. It's like this is what I've come to realize with social media, especially Facebook. I could post something on Facebook, and because Facebook has that stupid thing that it shows top stories instead of recent, most recent.
Oh, God.
You have to click it on most recent to make it go to most recent. I could post something today, but people might not see it till tomorrow or the next day. Depends on if somebody comments or somebody likes it or whatever. So, and because there's so many people are posting, things get lost. You know what I mean? Instagram does the same thing. I hate that too. Instagram used to like, I could look at my post and it would be, so and so posted 2 minutes ago. The next one would be like 3 minutes ago. This would be 5 minutes. Now it's like 5 hours ago. I'm like, why are you showing me this now?
Yeah, it's because all the promotions they have on there now. It just changed up a little bit, but
yeah,
just adapt to it.
That's why, like I have certain artists on my Instagram and they will post something and it'll show up like 15 times. I'm like, I'm not liking this no more. I've liked it already 3 times. I'm not liking it no more, and just scroll right past it. But I've seen it, so I know.
Yeah.
So, I'm glad that you guys are really, like, I like people who are serious about their craft. Yeah. There's been too many people that I know that I'm like, are you serious about this? Well, it's all right. It's, I'm not real. Okay, well then don't waste my time.
Go hard to go home.
Man. It's a hobby for you. Cool. Let me know it's a hobby. More power to you. I'm not gonna sit here and help you do this, that, and the third. And this, you're not taking it serious. Because if you're not taking it serious, then I might hook you up with Billy Live of Wisdom Court and get you on a show in Pennsylvania, and you might not show up because you're not taking it serious.
Right.
So now I'm looking foolish. So and there's people out here who do that. They just don't take it serious. It's not a serious thing, and those are usually the most talented people that I've seen. Because I'm like, why don't you do that? I don't care. I'm not rapping no more. And I'm like, why? And then you got the ones who They're everywhere. They're doing this. They're doing that. And you're just like, oh my God, can you please just sit down? Be in the crowd. Come stand next to me. Be in the crowd. Just be in the crowd.
It's not meant for some people.
It's not. But everybody raps now.
It's a thing.
Everybody, right?
Everybody.
And that's what makes it so hard, the industry so hard. Because there's a lot of good people as well, but there's also a ton of bad.
Yeah.
You got to piece through that. And getting your name out there, I feel like in Baltimore, I mean, like you said, maybe everywhere, people who rapping too don't want to see you make it. They want to make it first.
There's a lot of the crabs in the barrel kind of effect, you know, and I have a lot of people, a lot of the ones that are close to me have the same mindset as me. I want to see everybody succeed. I want to see everybody succeed in what they do. You know what I mean? I want to see even if it's probably an important phone call. But it's, you know, I want to see everybody get to the point to where they want to be. You know, whether it's if you do want to have a deal with somebody. I don't like deals with the record labels.
Are they shitty?
A lot of them are. And in order for a record label to look at you, you have to have something that's not already out there. And that's what I don't understand. How many times have you been somewhere and you heard somebody local rapping and you're like, damn, he sound like Yo on the radio. Why are you trying to sound like Yo on the radio?
Yeah.
They already got one of him. Actually, they probably got like 5 of him. But you always have to have something that's different. And that's what I look for when I'm watching artists and talent and everything else. You got to show me something different. And for me, something different is hip hop. Cause I can't, you know, one of my favorite people in the scene, and his name is Spence, and he goes by Spence the Turn Up King, because his music is turn up, turn up, turn up, turn up, and it's cool. But I can't turn up all the time, you know. So his music and like what he does is cool. You know, I like what he does. I like, you know, there's something different in a lot of artists. Like you guys, you got that, like you were up there having fun. You know what I mean? You could tell that you all were having fun. You were enjoying yourself. You were engaging with the crowd. You know, you wanted to bring the crowd more towards you. And they were coming towards you. Like they were really vibing with y'all. Because I pay attention to my surroundings.
Yeah, that's what we were trying to do. We wanted to look everywhere.
Right.
I'm not connecting with it. And that's awkward. You know?
Yeah, I've seen a lot of artists do that. This is no lie. This one guy came up to me at the Vanity Room out Rosedale. He was like, you need to get your camera ready because when my artist gets on stage, he gonna really show you something. I was like, oh, okay, I hope so. His artist got up there and rapped just like this the whole time. Eyes closed, rapped like this. I was like, what's he showing me? What's he gonna show me? I'm waiting for it. You know, the people that was on stage with him was jumping around and doing all this. He was like this the whole time. I'm like, what's he showing me? He's not showing me anything. I was so distracted by the fact that he wasn't engaging that I wasn't even listening to his music now. So I get distracted really easy. I think I have adult ADD.
I have ADD too.
That's why I can't deal with the 20 people on stage with people because I'm always looking at the drunk one that's trying to rap the lyrics but doesn't know the lyrics. So but I'm looking over here. I'm waiting for him to fall off the stage. I lose my focus. But yeah, I'm gonna play this song.
Money.
Yeah. We could talk for a little bit longer. And I mean, if you guys gotta go, that's cool. Cause my girl Plex, apparently she's not doing a show, but I think Cabo's supposed to be coming in. I'm not sure. But yeah, I'm gonna play this song. And
Money.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking like, so you said there's people all around the city, producers, there's events, there's, if I can get their Instagrams or...
Yeah, I'll email you all the information that I can come up with.
Yeah, that'll help out, because that'll really help out network, you know, get out there.
Did y'all perform this song?
Yeah.
See? Told you.
Yeah.
Be like, wait a minute, hold up. I remember this beat.
Yeah.
I was like, hey.
Yeah. You know, we just.
See, and that's, like I said, that's different from Bad Dreams.
Yeah.
Like it's not the same, you know.
Yeah.
It's kind of a fun song. You know, you can see everybody doing a little two-step now. Okay, never mind. I'm just going on.
Yeah. And he'll put that one together. That was our first song we ever made.
Yeah.
Professional. You know.
Well, now it's in my playlist. This is all, it's 174 songs I have in my playlist. Yeah, some of them are old songs. Some of them are from my mixtape that I had. I had a mixtape series too. Called In the Spotlight. Had 3 of them. Told you I was doing everything. Didn't get paid to do none of this stuff. Just want to be. But yeah, I'm definitely get you all the information. Try to compile some information for you guys. You know, like the different open mics and stuff.
I want to get on. You said you had one too, right?
No, I don't have one. I used to have a show, but I stopped doing my show and Hood took over my night. That's how Blaze the Stage came about. Because I was giving up my night at 5 Seasons. He was like, "Yo, Lisa, let me take over. Let me take over, and I'll pay you to do the photos." All right. I didn't have to deal with artists. I didn't have to deal with people telling me they didn't have any money. So yeah. So that's how Blaze the Stage came about. So, but Billy Live, Wisdom Court, he's the artist, but Wisdom Court, they throw shows. They actually got a show. The 20 what? I think it might be the 28th. It might be on a Sunday. But they do shows at Vanity Room, which is out Rosedale. Yeah, definitely. Definitely have you get you that information, because I used to be the photographer for Wisdom Court at one point in time. So, but my friend Latrice, she's the photographer now, and she also the booking manager, whatever you want to call it. She does the bookings for their shows. But he does a lot of stuff out of town, and if you show him that you really are like doing shows and right. Yeah, apparently so, y'all. Florida and LA and y'all, I like that little song, y'all. Yeah, we're back. I'm not liking this not being able to turn stuff down at all. Hopefully, yeah, the radio show will be back up and running on 100% again. But I like that little song. You know, little catchiness and all. That's why a lot of people like some of the music that's being played on the radio now, is because the beats. Because like people be like, oh yeah, that song got the hardest beat. Yeah, but what's it saying? Like, what's Future with Molly Percocet?
People bump though, listen to the beat more than the.
Right. Cause and it's not even called Molly Percocet. It's called, what's it called? Mask Off?
Yeah, Mask Off.
And the only reason why I know that is I seen a meme from a DJ that said something about the girl asked, "Can you play Molly Percocet?" And he was like, "Mask Off." She was like, "No, Future Molly Percocet." He was like, "I give up." But yeah. So here we say, like I said, the music. I think you guys got a really good hold on what you want to do, and you've got the drive, and you're gonna do it. Like I told the guys from MBK last week. I see you guys going far. I see you guys actually taking this to where you want to go. You're very mature to be 21. You know what I mean? Very mature to be 21. Like I said, I have a 22. Well, she'll be 22 in June, and she's the same way. She's very mature for her age, but I think that's because she had to step up at one point in time and help me. So that she kind of like grew up a little quicker. But she's got a good head on her shoulders sometimes.
Oh gosh.
Yes, sometimes. So I see you guys really doing it. You know what I mean? You put your we're gonna go over top of it. You're gonna find some way to get past any obstacle.
Just like Damon Dash, I think that's the guy who was Jay-Z's manager.
Mm-hmm.
Said everybody gonna go through hardships, but you only become a boss, you only glow up when you do that, you overcome that hardship, because that's what makes you glow up. That's what made everybody else quit.
Yeah, I like everybody faces challenges, and sometimes those challenges come when you're going in the right path. You know what I mean? Like when you're going right where you need to be, then all of a sudden something happens. And you're like, man, like all right, then something else happens. And you're like,
yeah, it'll never stop happening. To be honest.
right, because you know where you want to go. Like I said, you're going out in California. Definitely try to find out all the information you can out there, and hit any kind of like open mics. You know what I mean? Because
Everyone.
they're not going to love you here until they love you out there. It's just the way it is. It happens everywhere. It happens everywhere. I've been to New York. I used to go to New York every month, up in Brooklyn to shows, and they loved when Baltimore artists came up there. When they come down here, it's the same way. They come down here, everybody's like, oh yeah, da 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 da. And I'm like, but he just as good as him. I'm not understanding, but that's just the way it is. I mean, you already figured it out. You said it yourself. You know, you're gonna get much more applause and praise because of whatever the reason here isn't here. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Well, Baltimore gets a lot of love everywhere you go.
Right. I don't know if it's because they're scared of us. I don't know, maybe they watch The Wire.
We went to Hawaii one time. My brothers live in Hawaii, and the lady said, "Where you guys from? I haven't seen you around." I said, "Oh, Baltimore." She said, "Really? Take the ball. You can play basketball." I remember that.
She probably thought you was like gonna be like Snoop and Chris and like put her in a vacant or something.
We even got family all the way out in Jamaica, and they be like, "Yeah, Baltimore, me here so bad, so killing." I'm like, damn. Well, I guess.
Great people here though.
It is. It's great people, and I think people here are real. Not throwing shit on any other state, but it just don't seem real to me.
What I should say? I should say if you married a woman to be a girl from Baltimore. Yeah.
I should need to sit down somewhere.
Okay.
But it's real. I mean, it's true. Like my mother has tried to get me to move time and time again. You need to leave Baltimore. You need to move out of Baltimore. But see, what people don't realize is Baltimore's population, you're going to have, well, it's actually a lot larger. I'm from a town that was like under 400 people.
Okay. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Not too much happened around there.
Okay.
The most that ever happened around there was around Halloween when they would set the trash cans on fire and put them in the four corners, or they took the porta potty and set it on fire. But by the time the cops got there, you were already home, changed your clothes, whatever, because it took them about 15, 20 minutes to get there. Yeah. So, but that's about all that happened there. But Baltimore's got a population that is so huge compared to a lot of other places that your crime rate is going to be bigger. Your murder rate is actually going to, like, I don't know what they can do about this murder rate, but I wish they would find something, because I just lost a friend. Just they just laid him to rest. What, yesterday?
Oh God.
He was walking and got shot in Park Heights. Father, fiance, brother, son, nephew, friend, just killed senselessly. You know what I mean?
It's a mindset. If we could change the mindset of people, like I said, we can relate to a lot of the people who are going through, the down lower class, and we can relate to a lot of people in the high class. So if we can get people to understand that mindset,
right?
And I tell people, why I gotta be a drug dealer to tell people that I'm self-harm? Why I gotta sell drugs to be able to have confidence when I speak?
Right.
If you can get that into the mindset of people, especially in the inner city, it'll change what they want. That's in school.
Right. Growing up, like I said, my kids grew up on Poplar Grove, And I was out there, the last year I was there, I was out there with a butcher knife trying to kill this boy. Because he was disrespectful. And I got tired of it. And that's when all of a sudden they were Crips. One day they weren't Crips, the next day they were Crips. I don't know how that worked out. I don't know how that works. I don't know how that works. I mean, I studied gangs because I studied juvenile delinquency. And I was a criminal justice major. So I had to study gangs and where they came from and Tookie Williams and, you know, everything. So I kind of have some knowledge on how they do things. And I just don't think that one day you're not a Crip and the next day you are. It's just confusing to me. Like the whole neighborhood all of a sudden. I used to tell those kids all the time, like, you know, there's more than just here where you are. Like, have you ever even been over East? I don't like East. I don't like East Baltimore. Have you ever been there? No.
Yeah, that's surprising.
I didn't know it was like that. Yeah, it surprised me. Like, I know people who will be like, nah, I don't go over East.
Yeah, I don't go over East. I can't stand over East.
But it's literally like, honestly, Baltimore ain't that big. It's just a 5-minute drive.
Right. Right. Like, the only reason why it's even longer than that is because of traffic.
Yeah.
Like, it's really, like, people don't understand. And that's like I tell people all the time, and I'm like, yo, you know there's more than just your neighborhood. And they were like, oh, no, blah, blah, blah. What changed a lot of a lot of the kids' minds around there was we lost so many kids all at one time. The boy that I was trying to stab, I was going to try to stab him where he got shot at in the stomach. Because But,
oh, gosh.
Yeah, I'm evil like that. I don't like to be that person, but he just pushed me to that level. He got shot in the shoulder. Somebody else got shot in the leg. And our cousin, little Tommy, was the first homicide, 2007. Uncle Tommy took him and his best friend Molly, because they had pizza at the house, but Tommy wanted Chinese food from up the village, or from up the junction. Whew.
Getting to you.
No, my asthma's getting to me.
Oh,
But so Uncle Tommy took him and Molly up to the junction to get Chinese food. Uncle Tommy sat in the car, or in the van, and Molly and Tommy went inside, and he watched the boy come up and go in and shoot them. Shot little Tommy, I think once. Shot Molly 6 times. Little Tommy passed away. Molly survived.
Molly got shot 6 times.
Yeah. He was taking little Tommy and trying to throw him over the counter to help save him. So, now mind you, they are, I don't know if they were, but they were affiliated with the Crips. The boy that shot him was supposed to be a blood, blah, blah, blah. Molly now is actually where I'm buying my car from, because he deals in cars from the auction. He is like, he came out of that negativity and made something positive of his life. He's a good father, provider, everything. So I've gotten to watch some of these knuckleheads be something better, while I watch some of these other knuckleheads revolving door in that jail. Because they've taken it to a whole nother level. That's like, you're right. You have to try to change their mindset, but it's so hard when that's all they know. You have to actually just take them out of their comfort zone and be like, look, you can do this. Yeah. One of the guys who was supposed to be the OG, I think he went to culinary school, and he's a chef. He's still gangster, but he's a chef. Right. You know what I mean? So some of them are changing, but then you got the little ones coming up.
It's the youth that we got.
And like my daughter was yelling at the TV. My daughter was yelling at the TV last night at the news when they were talking about these kids that were downtown and robbed a white man for his phone and was beating him up and everything. And then there was a another the kids that, what was it? Where's that? I don't remember. But the kids that, but you all will close the racks up. You all, she's just going off, and I was like, okay, calm down. But that had a lot to do with it because the kids didn't have nowhere else to go.
Yeah.
You know, most of the kids I've noticed, most of the kids that I've come to see, that I watched grow up, live with their grandmothers, live with the aunts, because their mothers and their fathers are either dead, locked up, or yeah. So that's all they know. So they out here running the streets, like you said earlier. A lot of them don't have fathers to look up to. So you got JoJo on the corner, who you go to the store, he hands you a $20 bill, go in and get you something, da, 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 da. Next thing you know, how'd you like to make your own money? How'd you like to be able to buy this?
Can you do me a favor? Of course, youngins, they the first to try and make somebody proud. So.
Right. So, you all got, like I said, I pray and I hope that you're able, if you just be able to help one person with your music, that is a blessing. You know what I mean? So, you want to, it's something for you to say, I want to help change the world with my words. And I hope, really? I think that was Instagram. I hope that you're able to do that. I think if you put your mind to it, you're going to be able to do anything you want. Like I said, you already got this. You already got this planned out. You might not have it written out in a plan, but you already got it planned out. Oh, we're going to go to LA, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. Every place we go, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. That's what Steve does. That's what Steve did. Everywhere he went, he did something. Flyers. Like we were in, where were we at? We were at a radio station in Houston, Texas. And I was getting ready to go to the ladies' room. He said, here, put some of these in the bathroom. People come in the next day because it's the office building. It's just like this is the radio station, but there was other offices in this building. So, and it's like a little, it's like a men's and a women's bathroom on the floor, on each floor. So we had to get the key, but he put some in, so everywhere he went, he would leave his flyers everywhere. You know what I mean? So, hey, get some business cards, some info. Get some business cards, some info. May have some flyers made up with your info already on there. You know what I mean? Like, there's just so many different promotional tools that you can use nowadays, and you can get them made. I got a place that you can get them made at if you don't want to go out, right on Bel Air Road, Mobile Printing. Who made my? They make my shirts, my I have a sweat jacket. It's got my logo on the back. They do socks. They do. He does
their own. Like if I drew something,
he can help you up. He can do. They do whatever. Your face on your phone case. He could, like I said, socks, shirts, sweatpants. They do everything. But there's too many promotional tools for you to be able to use. So yeah, most definitely you're gonna need those business cards.
Yeah.
For when you go out in California. Like I said, next time you go visit your family in Jamaica and everywhere else, take your promotional tools. Yeah. Put them in stores. You mind if I leave some of these flyers here on your counter? Most places will be like, yeah, whatever, go ahead. Yeah. But yeah, you get your name out there. Have your information on there as far as if you have a YouTube channel that you put videos up or music snippets or whatever, your IG, your whatever that you're going to use for your music. Put it all in there. That way people can find you. You never know. Let me tell you, we were in New Orleans. Somebody had threw a CD like on top of the trash. Steve picked it up. Was like, "What's this?" He was like, "All right," and put it in his pocket. I'm gonna listen to this later. people actually do that. I didn't think people did that, but he did.
Yeah.
So yeah. So, but let people know where they can find you, because I know you guys say you got IG.
IG, think_Kino_think. Kino. That's how you spell Kino.
And then mine is just only the number 1 and then Kenron, which is Karran.
Only social media you guys have. You don't have no Facebook.
I have Facebook. I never use it, but my Facebook is my name. I'll start using it.
No, well, what you need, this is my suggestion.
Mm-hmm.
You can actually make a page like what I did. Hold on, let me move this stuff. Certain people like comment on your stuff, and you just be like, oh, I wish you wouldn't have them together. That way, both of you have control of the page.
For real?
Mm-hmm. Is you make yourself a
like with Instagram.
I don't think so. But make yourself a like page or an artist page, something like that. I have a like page, and it's connected to both of my Facebooks that I have. So if I shut down this one that I usually use because I'm tired of people and I deactivate, I can still do stuff from my other page. But that way you could just send people to your group page, and you could just focus. You don't have to be on Facebook itself. You could just be on this, and then that's where you could upload pictures and videos and your music and stuff like that. That way, post it on your page, because it has a section. See, look, it has a section for videos. It's probably gonna be loud as shit. Watch. It's a video of an artist named Tad Spitter. But you can upload any videos that you do, and that way everything's in one place, and that way anybody that tries to find you, they go right there, blah blah blah, boom boom boom.
Gotcha.
See what I mean? I know you guys like Instagram. A lot of people like Instagram. Like,
oh gosh.
Yes.
Yeah, right.
So, so that's just like I said, when you start thinking about everything that you're going to do and progress even bigger than, because like right now, like I said, you just started like, okay, we're going to do this thing for real. So you just boom, one step at a time. But definitely before y'all go to LA, get those business cards.
Yeah,
definitely get those. So, all right, well, I'm going to let y'all go. I'm sorry about being late, like I said.
You didn't have to do this.
Yeah, I did. I was contracted to do it. No. It was actually my idea to give that as one of the perks of doing the show. Mm-hmm. Usually it's just the studio time and 10 pictures from me. And I was like, well, how about if I just give them an interview on my show? And it was like, okay. This gets me familiar with you guys, and gets me some information, gets you some information, gets people who are going to watch this, to see who you guys are. So, yeah. So, like I said, I thank you guys for coming and seeing what everything is about. And I'm still not over the fact that was your first performance.
Yeah.
Together, yeah.
We usually go solo, which is weird.
But y'all, I guess it must be that brotherly thing.
Yeah.
It really must be, because like I said, the guys from MBK are God brothers. They grew up together.
Yep.
So they had that camaraderie too. So it's just good to see that kind of stuff. I mean, like I said, I watch performances. So I was watching the other performances, and sometimes I just wonder, okay, if you're the artist, why are they on stage and they're not even doing anything? But like I said, I thank you guys for coming through.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
And definitely keep me in. I guess I'm gonna get you the information, but let me know if what you guys are doing. If you're going to do stuff, if I can get out and come to it, I will.